Yo people, Lance from Crimson Tips. I'm going to give you my 10 favorite guitar players of all time. Doesn't mean that they were the best, doesn't mean that they were the most technically skilled, but they're the ones that meant something to me at different points in my life when they came along and made me want to play or learn. And these are in no particular order, by the way. These are not like this guy's the best, this guy's the least important, whatever kind of shit like that. Just however I spit them out is the way they're going to roll out. So, here we go. Peter Frampton. I don't care. Sometimes the guy used to get a bad rap back in the day because he was kind of a pretty boy, and everybody's like, "Oh, if you're that good looking, you can't play guitar, and the chicks like you too much." The shit that guy could do on albums, from the Humble Pie days all the way forward, amazing guitar player, amazing guitar player. Just the work on that one track, "Do You Feel Like We Do," is enough to cement him in the history of rock and roll, in and of itself. For that, by that, of that. Nothing even needed to be done after that. Amazing guitar player, melodic jazzy lines. You can't get a better pop rock guitar player out there. Phenomenal dude, check him out. Marco Perrone, Adam and the Ants. First band around 1980, I was like 10 years old. This guy was playing, I said, "Whoa, what's that shit going on in the background? That's heavy, it's just like grinding, it's angry." And being that it was the first like real rock band I got into, because there wasn't a lot of rock music in my house growing up, I immediately got into it. Power chords, riffing, just putting it down the way it needed to. You go back and listen to the first two Adam and the Ants records, Kings of the Wild Frontier and Prince Charming. Amazing shit on that record. Amazing. If you don't get into the grooves and you don't get into the songs, you don't get everything he's doing, you ain't having it. And go watch live in Japan. They did one from Tokyo, and they did another one called the Prince Charming Review, where you can hear him. He's the only guitar player in the band, kicking shit. Go check it out. Come on. Who can't love Ace Frehley? It's the way it is. It's the way it was. If you weren't a Kiss fan in my age growing up, there was probably something mentally wrong with you to a certain degree. They were the biggest band that there was, and they went on that way for a lot of years. And if you didn't like Ace Frehley, there was something a little bit off your rocker. The guy was sloppy. He technically was not a great guitar player, but he made guitar playing attainable. You could sit there and you say, "Well, I don't have to learn all these tricks and all this shit. I'm just learning like basic rock and roll." And the guy made basic rock and roll cool as hell. He would sit there and bend one note over and over and over again for a whole solo. That shit is kicking. Go back, listen to those early Kiss records, listen to Kiss Alive, that kind of stuff. Great stuff. The man, Mr. George Lynch. There was three guys in the SoCal scene, Southern California scene, that were coming along that were big names at the time. Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, and George Lynch. Eddie broke first, Randy broke second, George broke third, but George was always my boy. There was a meanness about his playing, a heaviness about his playing, an aggression about his playing, and an exotic layer to his playing that, I'm sorry, Randy Rhoads never touched. Not picking on the man, and Eddie didn't have that kind of a strength to it. He was wild and crazy, but George can do all that shit too, and there was an aggression to the way he played. When you heard George playing, you're like, if those three dudes got into a fight, George kicked the shit out of everybody. It was just the way he was playing. It was just mean, exotic, far out shit. Phenomenal player. Ritchie Blackmore. If you're a guitar player and you don't somehow bow at the throne of Blackmore, there is something probably wrong with you. Ritchie Blackmore was the original Euro metal, I hate to say shredder, but before Yngwie and all those kind of guys came along, he was the man. The guy could do, he played so flawlessly, you thought there was something weird going on. You know what I mean? It was like, he played with an almost arrogant knowledge that he was not going to make a mistake on a single note. Everything was going to end perfect, everything was going to be perfect, and he did it and he made it look easy. His riffs are memorable, his solos are phenomenal. Ritchie Blackmore was the guy before all the other guys ever came around. Blackmore. A prick, granted, but an amazing player. Jeff Healey. I don't really listen to tons of blues guitar. I really don't. I know that sounds sacrilegious being a rock and roll guitar player, and all the shit I do myself is based in the blues and all that kind of stuff. I don't really sit down, maybe Stevie Ray Vaughan on occasion and stuff like that. If a song comes on, I listen to it. I don't own a lot of blues records. I just don't. I have to confess to that. But the guy who I own all his stuff is Jeff Healey. Phenomenal guitar player. The guy was, and to think, I don't mean to make this as the selling point on the guy, but the fact that the guy was blind since he was just a baby and could play the guitar and do what he did, the way he did it, but also do it in a rock pop setting. He wasn't just strictly blues. The guy could, the only dude I ever seen play on stage one time was Stevie Ray Vaughan and shred the shit out of him, make him look like, wow, Stevie looked bad compared to, was Jeff Healey. Phenomenal player, life ended way too soon. Amazing guy, amazing guy. Ty Tabor. This dude does stuff on a guitar I can't even figure out. The guy, it was around 94 when I really started to get into this guy, because he had the drop D tuning. His guitar, the guitars were usually down a step. Everything was like really heavy, but the fluidity to his lead playing, the complex nature of his rhythm playing, unbelievable what that guy can do. He's one of those guys where I'm like, I'm not even going to bother learning his songs. Some of them, yeah, but there's ones that I'm just like, I'm not even going to do that. That's just, give me Slash playing and Ace Frehley playing, I'll play that shit all night. But this guy's doing stuff that, he's all over the place. He's just a phenomenal guitar player. One of those guys that I listen to and I'm just saying, how do you get that good? How do you get that friggin' good? Look the dude up. Check him out. Amazing. Brian May. You can go back to any Queen song and literally sing the solos on them. They're so well put together. They're so intelligently thought out. The guy was a master. With the solos, over the top, shreddy, goofy shit, no. But when you hear Killer Queen, when you hear Bohemian Rhapsody, when you hear those songs, those are masterful guitar solos on that. And you wouldn't want that guy to deviate one note for them when you've seen them in concert, because you were counting on that thing coming out the way you wanted to hear it. Incredible player. You knew it was him. 2 notes into him playing on that homemade guitar of his, and with the sound that he got out of his fingers, you knew that was him. The stuff he did with the Echoplexes, the stuff he did, just even his rhythm work. Amazing guitar player. Amazing guitar player. If he ain't up there in the pantheon of top guys on most people's lists, then they're not guitar players, or there's something screwed up in their goddamn head. The guy was a legend, is a legend. Yeah, he still tours with this fucked up version of Queen, but we won't get out into that. But the guy was a great, amazing guitar player. If you can't get into a Queen guitar solo, fucking stop yourself. Go away. You deserve to be punished. Okay, Pete Townsend. To me, when I first started playing guitar, I originally started when I was like in the 4th grade, never got anywhere, played trumpet for years and years, came back to the guitar when I was in my late teen, around 20, something like that, whatever. So, when I first started, all I wanted to be was a rhythm guitar player, because that's what made the songs go. That's what always impressed me. It wasn't all the little work, it was making the song move. Writing a riff, writing a song, making the song happen. And I wanted to be a rhythm guitar player extraordinaire. And the guy I was into was Pete Townsend. The way he played, the acousticness that he brought to his electric guitar playing, the guy was amazing. There's a lot of parts on our records that we make where you'll hear like these guitar parts that sound standard, and so you get in there and you hear like just a little bit of a flamenco type throw in and all that. That's all Pete Townsend. I didn't play a lead on a guitar or even learn a scale for like the first 9 months, because all I did was study chords and how to do them and how to play them and how to do them quick and slow and all this, all because of Pete Townsend. The guy is a legend, and he's that way for a reason. Pete Townsend is the shit. Alright, I'm going to throw in another name here, and nah, it's not because we just lost the man, but the man himself was an amazing guitar player, along with amazing drummer. He's an amazing bassist, an amazing keyboard player, and all the other 37 things that he did. You go back and listen to a record. You go back and watch the man in concert. Prince was a fucking insane, an amazing guitar player. I can listen to him play guitar and not get bored. There's very few guitar players I can listen to without getting bored of their soloing after about 60 seconds. I'm like, dude, get back to the song, knock off the shit. Prince could keep it going. He was one of those guys, just an amazing, but he never went too far, by the way. He knew where the solos fit into a song and how to do it and how not. But an amazing guitar player. He didn't have the right to be that good a guitar player when he was that good at all the other shit, too. You'd be like, how can you get that good at a guitar when you're fucking playing all this other shit? But listen to the man. Great guitar player. Nothing more I can say. Well, alright, that's about it. Hope you got a kick out of all this shit. We're going to start doing this a lot more just so we can talk to people. You can make comments back. We can talk to you, whatever would have you. We're going to have ones. We got people writing stuff in. We got questions that are coming up. I'm going to try to save them for when there's more of a band thing, so it means, you know, I can get the other guys in if they want to do something. But being the guitar player, I figured I can do the guitar player shit on my own without everybody or, you know, breaking everybody into it. So we're going to be doing a lot more of this. Hope you leave a comment. Hope it strikes us with a conversation. Everybody, peace, love, take care, be safe out there. The world's fucking crazy. Bye.